appearances, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl, located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Will boot it away to start the game. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns offense will have the opening possession of the game. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there's certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make...
Turning it on! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's already his 100th completion on the season. Put up some big numbers this year if they keep up at this pace.
Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
When you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Pulls it in. It's Willis. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Bobo. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. catch in the middle. It's Willis. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Longhorns had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play,
touchdown Longhorns! And they have the first points of the game.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Oklahoma's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will.
Breaks into the open. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this week.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. And the Sooners are marching down the field.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. He'll do it himself. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Rides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Texans Dallas's offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The give to the back. Makes a pass to Marker. Speeding down the left side. Inside the 30. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. The Sooners moving quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Gets it past the marker. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Sooners with the 1st and 10. On the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get them on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Sooner! Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his spot. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Dozier. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Dozier. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. of this game dons the golden hat, but, you know, Jesse, only David could wear the golden hat among the three of us because there's no way either of us should put a hat on the kind of heads of hair we have.
Well, I've also understood that the hat's like a triple XL. We know David's got a big dome, and that's probably the only reason why he would wear it. But I'll tell you what, these players, they think about trying that old sucker on after this game all year long, David.
Yeah, and trophies matter. I mean, this is something at the end of games. People run, you see, they go grab them, they put them on their heads. It means something to these kids.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. He's got it, first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34. Second down coming up. Give to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. Given 109 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Grabbed in the middle, it's Willis. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Wants to fire on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he's showing all of those attributes right there.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll run it from the gun. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. And the Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Sooners will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Got enough for the first. Oh, he's got some space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. comes the Oklahoma offense. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Sooners will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Under fire. Caught over the middle. It's Bobo. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. This time they'll go to the running game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But
there he goes. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Grabbed over the middle. It's Willis. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Called his own number. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Touchdown Longhorns! Fitted in the window for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Longhorns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start. Momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Caught near the sticks. It's Cook. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. From the gun, running back on the move. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense.
Intercepted, and finally this defense makes a play. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Iowa. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. He leaves it with his back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Back to pass on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Bobo. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football, and you're now seeing this offense.
Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll go to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. The Sooners just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll give it to the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Flawletta. And they make the tackle not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. They go back to work in the final period of this one. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. On the option. He'll pitch it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. And the Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31.
Man, it's kind of crazy. That's only the 2nd time we've called his number, called his name, like his 2nd catch of the day. We're used to this guy really impacting a football game, and this offense has to do a better job finding him, featuring him, giving him chances to make plays.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And his passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situation,
going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the back. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown Sooner! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the quick pass. Past the 30. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game,
Breaks into the open. Got the 1st down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Catch in the middle, it's Smith. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Smith. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Harper. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. The give to the back. Makes a man miss. At midfield, he's got room. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. The Longhorns will try to punch it in on first and goal. Trying to search it in. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Slams it ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Third and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Pushes ahead. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy after beating their despised rival to the north. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.